is the most amazing gathering that we've had in the last 9 years, and the timing couldn't be better. So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching D-Day, as we're calling it.
Another song, if that's okay.
Welcome you all to our territory, our traditional territory. We're the Tsleil-Waututh people. We're called the people of the inlet. According to the archaeologist who did a study, our clan beds date back 30,000 years. We've been on that inlet. During that time that my people have lived in that area, we could drink water out of the creeks. Now they're so polluted, we can't even go stand in it. When the tide would go out, dinner was set. There was clean water, there was clean air, there was no endangered species, there was no endangered plants. We always had limited population, and if we took a life, we used all of it. If my dad shot a deer, he'd use every part of that deer, the hoofs for noisemakers, the hides. I asked him, and what happens in the winter when your moccasins get wet? He said, we go to the seal, but they'd use everything where the seal, it would keep their feet dry. To see these tankers out here, there's so many of them out there right now. It's just so, it just hurts my heart. This whole thing, during contact, we got wiped out to 13 people. There were only 13 Tsleil-Waututh people. And our nation is getting built up again. And as far back as I could remember, when my dad said they were going to put a dredge into this inlet and make the world's biggest seaport, and my dad said that's the only time I'd ever take up my gun if somebody says we're going to relocate the Indian. And I got very frightened because I was young then. Today I know exactly how he feels, because I'm a great-grandmother now. I'm not living here for me anymore. I'm living for my generations. I'm here for my great-grandchildren.
And Cecilia Point to lead to say, no Enbridge, no tankers, and I want to hear you guys say no problem. Are you ready? Okay, ready? No Enbridge, no tankers. No Enbridge, no tankers. No Enbridge, no tankers.
Come up to the stage right now, Andrea Reimer from the city of Vancouver. She's here to give a welcome on behalf of Gregor Robertson. And Nikki Sharma as well from Vancouver Parks Board. These two have been instrumental in the fight against Kinder Morgan. They've been very important allies. It's great having allies in the city government when you're fighting some of the biggest, most powerful corporations in the world. Also, I just want to...
And our greenhouse gas emissions are down 4%. At the same time, we've been able to create thousands of new, good-paying green jobs in the city of Vancouver. that will matter. In just 3 days of increased production-related emissions from that pipe. And technical know-how that we need to build to work for people and communities. What we lack is the political will from the province and the federal government, but no government can ultimately hide from the people, and it's why it's so important that you chase them down and make sure that your voice is heard. Thank you for standing up for governments that stand up for you. Hello, Vancouver! It's so great to be here with you all today. I'm a park commissioner, so that means that we're responsible for taking care of all these beaches and the parks that you're in right now. And that's something that we take very seriously, and we've taken a stand against timber mortar because we don't want to see that here. We don't want to see these places destroyed by just wanted to say that your local government stands with you, and I'm here with the city and the park board to know
All the institutions that have been built over the last 150 years that respected the environment, that respected science, that respected our courts, that respected our politics, all of this is being destroyed by this government in the name of big oil. Tankers and the Great Bears. It took us
Learn a decision about no good out of Northern Gateway was true. Since we began this exercise, very early on in the process, the Prime Minister silenced all of the scientists who said that this project was endangering the environment. They gutted every bit of environmental legislation that was in the way of these pipes. They gutted every bit of it. They took a joint review process, flawed as it was, and took all of the power away from them because these three individuals who really knew nothing about British Columbia couldn't be trusted to make a decision. And then they passed it on to a whole cabinet of people who knew absolutely nothing about British Columbia, and they'll make that decision sometime early in June. Was that a good trade-off or not? When we have a whole cabinet full of amateurs, why do we need three people to do that? So we've got some more good news. CEO for Enbridge. Don't waste any more money on this Northern Gateway project. Mitigate your losses. You're not going to win this one. You're never going to win. Likely no lead to implement the Enbridge report.
Wait, sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Enbridge pipeline? Okay, I think I heard you then.
and our voice. And this rally here today, and the ones that are taking place across the province, tells me that we have unity, we have strength, we have motivation, we know we have the future of our province on our side. And so what we're doing here today at this rally to oppose this pipeline and the super tankers is so important. And it's really important that we keep the momentum going, because we do have to get that message through to Stephen Harper and the Conservative government.